Hey, what's up you guys? It's Aria. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So today's video is gonna be like a my first YouTube paycheck, plus some tips on how to grow your own YouTube channel because believe me, I know how frustrating it can be. This is probably gonna be kind of a longer video. I have my blanket here with me. I was gonna drink my matcha during this video, but I accidentally drank the whole thing while just setting up my camera. So if you see me looking down at all, it's because I have my iPad right here with all of the different, all of the different things that I want to talk about. The first thing I'm going to do is talk about like kind of the monetization requirements and like what the process is like to get monetized. Then I'm going to talk about how much YouTubers get paid and how it's determined how much money they make. Like, do you need an insane amount of views to make money? That kind of stuff. And I'm also going to be sharing what my first paycheck was. Then the last thing I'm going to talk about is how to grow your own channel and how to hit those monetization requirements and just how to be successful as a small channel on YouTube. So this is definitely going to be a longer video. I'm gonna have it split up into chapters in the description if you guys want to skip around. But yeah, okay, let's just get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the monetization process. So there are two requirements that you have to hit in order to be like eligible to apply. You have to get 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 public watch hours, and those watch hours have to be within the past 12 months. So if you've had your channel for like a few years or something and then you suddenly hit your watch hour time, it has to be within the past 12 months. A lot of people tend to hit the 1,000 subscribers before they hit, like long before they hit the watch hour time, because 4,000 watch hours is a lot of time for people to be watching your videos. So later in the video, I'm going to be talking about like how you can hit these numbers. But before we get into that, I thought I would just like quickly explain kind of the monetization process. So that way you guys are prepared when you do hit those numbers, because it's kind of confusing. So once you do hit these requirements, there is still a whole process to go through. The first thing that's going to happen is YouTube will just like notify you that you are eligible to be monetized, and then you can click the button to have them review your channel. It can take up to a month for them to review your channel. Luckily for me, it only took about a week. So the next thing you need to do is make a Google AdSense account. This is basically just going to be how you get paid, because Google places ads on your videos and that is how you get paid. So once you get approved by YouTube, you can start monetizing your videos. It's just a little button that you click when you upload. You can also go back and check monetization for your old videos. Obviously you won't get any money off of like the views that are already there, but then any future views, you'll make money. The actual like YouTube end of the process does not take that long. You pretty much just have to get approved and then just start clicking the monetization box. But at least for me, the Google AdSense part took so long because there are just so many steps. So the first thing that you have to do on Google AdSense, as soon as you make even a cent off of one of your videos, Google will automatically mail you a verification code. So make sure that you list the correct address when you sign up for your Google AdSense account. Make sure you're gonna be there. That was kind of an issue for me, which I'll get into later. So then Google's gonna send you this little like pin in the mail. It just comes, it's like a single sheet and it's just a pin that you have to put in. They say it can take 4 to 6 weeks for them to send it to you in the mail. That was kind of stressful for me because I didn't realize that they automatically sent it out. I thought like I got to go click when I wanted to like hit verify, but they automatically sent it out, and it was the end of July and I was moving out in the end of August, and I was worried that I was gonna move out before it would come in the mail, and my parents don't know about my YouTube channel, and so I didn't want to be like moved out and then have them get it in the mail and be like, Aria, what is this? But that probably isn't an issue for a lot of other people. Luckily mine only took 2 weeks, so I didn't have to worry about that. The next thing that they're gonna have you do is verify your bank information, so that way you can get paid. So basically you just put in all of your banking information, like the routing number, the bank account number, and then what they're gonna do to verify that is they're gonna put a random amount of money in your bank account. It's like a really small amount, like less than $1. I think mine was like 43 cents or something. They're gonna put like a random amount in your checking account, and then you have to go in and type in the amount that they gave you, so that way they can verify your bank. Then you have to go through and you have to put in your tax info. Now I was kind of confused about this because I hadn't really like had to fill out that stuff before. I'm 19, so like it was totally fine for me, but I know if you're under 18 there can be some like issues with it and you might have to put in a parent's tax info. I don't know, I didn't have to go through that. You basically just put in your tax information, like your name, your birthday, your social security number and stuff. It kept saying that it like wasn't correct even though it was, and then all of a sudden it went through and it was fine. So like I don't know, is the IRS gonna come for me? We'll find out. So then once all of your info is verified, assuming that there's no holds on your account, your Google AdSense account is now set up and you can start earning money and getting paid on your videos. So that brings me into the next part of this video, which is how do you get paid? So I feel like most people know that the way that YouTubers get paid is just by ads playing on their videos, but I feel like a lot of people don't know like all the little details that go into it, like the kinds of ads, the amount of ads. It's unfortunately not as simple as like X amount of views equals X amount of money. There's actually a lot that contributes to how much money you make off of a video, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Before we get into that though, I just want to tell you guys how you should be monitoring your revenue, because I was low-key so confused. So Google AdSense is how you get paid, but do not look at Google AdSense metrics for how much money you're making off of your videos. Look at the YouTube metrics. Google AdSense only updates the revenue information like once a month. So for like the whole month, it might say that you've made $0 on Google AdSense, but then if you go to your actual like YouTube Studio Analytics and go to your revenue tab, you can see how much you've actually made. Also, YouTube does take a 45% cut from all the revenue, but that's already factored into the number that you see on your YouTube page. So if you see that you've made like $100 on YouTube, you've actually made $100. It's not that you've only made 55. I was kind of confused about that too, because I had heard so many people talk about how YouTube takes such a big cut of your revenue, but it's already factored in. So YouTube pays you on a monthly basis. For most people, it's on the 21st. I believe if you're in like some other time zones, it might be like the 24th or something. Yeah, so they pay you once a month and you don't necessarily get paid. So if you didn't know, there's a certain payment threshold you have to hit. Basically, if you don't make at least $100, the money just rolls over to the next month. Also, you don't get paid for the current month's earnings until the next month. So like all the money that I make in this month, the month of September, I will not get paid till October 21st. So the threshold is $100. If you don't hit that threshold, the money will just roll over into the next month, and then hopefully you make enough to go over the $100 limit, and then you'll get paid. So for me, I was monetized on July 21st, I believe. And so I had a really short window for my July earnings, and unfortunately I hit $99.77. But because it wasn't exactly $100, I did not get paid for July's earnings. So then that money just rolled over into my August revenue, and then I wasn't paid for all of that until like a few days ago, September 21st. So before I share what my first paycheck was, I just wanted to kind of explain like how YouTube calculates the money that they give you. As I said earlier, it's not just like views equals revenue. It is not that simple at all. So basically there's this thing called CPM, which is the amount of money that you make per 1,000 views on your video. So CPM is calculated based on a few different things. So it's based on the keywords that you are targeting, and it's also based on the ads in your videos. How long are people watching the ads? How much are they clicking on the ads? How many ads do you have in the video? So because advertisers are willing to pay different amounts for certain keywords, certain like niches on YouTube actually make more money than others do. If you're really curious like what niches have the highest CPMs, you can Google it, and I'll also put it up on the screen right here. I believe it's finance has the highest CPM, because like insurance companies and like any sort of like accounting firms, they're willing to pay more money for those keywords than they are on like a what I eat in a day video or something. That being said, you definitely should not make your video topic based on whatever niche makes the most amount of money, because if you're not passionate about the topic that you were talking about, it will show in your videos. So the other thing that affects CPM is the amount of ads during your videos. So you may have noticed that if videos are longer than 10 minutes, you can put ads in the middle of them. So something I think a lot of people aren't aware of is that YouTubers can actually control the kinds of ads in their videos. I don't mean kinds like topic, like they can't be like put an insurance ad here, put a makeup ad here. They can't do that, but they can control like how many ads are going to show. They can control whether or not they're skippable, and they can also do like sponsored cards or like sponsored overlays, which are down here. So I personally only enable skippable ads on my videos. I'm not like trying to shame YouTubers who don't or anything. It's just like a personal thing. Like I just don't want to make you guys have to sit through a whole ad, because I'm still a fairly new YouTuber and I just don't. So basically there's all these different boxes that they can enable, and they can also choose how many ads they want throughout their video if it's longer than 10 minutes. YouTube automatically puts, in my opinion, kind of a ridiculous amount of ads. Like I do not want to make you guys watch an ad like every 2 minutes in a 10-minute video. That is just ridiculous. So stuff like that can also affect your CPM. If you are willing to put more ads in your videos, then obviously you'll have a higher CPM. By the way, this isn't me saying this like trying to shame YouTubers for like putting more ads in their videos. I don't know anybody's financial situation. I don't know what anybody else is comfortable with. So now I'm gonna be telling you guys how much I made on my first YouTube paycheck. I just got my first one a few days ago, which is very exciting, and it's all thanks to you guys. I seriously cannot thank you guys enough to subscribing to me and watching my videos. It still like blows my mind that like people actually like sit there and watch my video. So my first YouTube paycheck was $412.14, which I was very happy to receive. That's quite a lot of money. So something that I want to note is that money is not all from 1 month. As I said, in July I only made $99.77, so that all rolled over into my August earnings, so that is why it's like a bigger first paycheck than usual, I guess. I also don't know if I'm going to be making that much next month. I don't think I am. I already hit my payment threshold, but I don't think I'm going to be making quite that amount. That's something else to note, is that it is going to vary month to month depending on like my one super popular video, my bedroom makeover, that hit a lot of views in August, and it's been slowing down this month, so I probably won't make as much money from that video this month as I did last month, but that's okay. I'm just happy to get paid at all. I'm so happy to be monetized. Like, it's crazy to me that I can like make videos and like even make like $1 off of them. So most of that money did come from my bedroom makeover video, because that video has like well over 300,000 views, and a lot of my other videos have more like in the 1,000 or like a little bit less than 1,000 range. So I usually don't make as much money off of those videos. I still do make some. It's just a very small amount compared to the amount that I make off of my room makeover video. I've seen videos where people's first paycheck was $101. I've seen videos where people's first paycheck was like $600. So it really just depends on how well your videos are doing. You might not get paid for your first few months. It kind of just depends. So before I get into my advice on how to grow your YouTube channel and how to hit those monetization requirements, I just want to make a little disclaimer that I know that I am definitely not the expert on this topic. I still have a pretty small channel. I still have a lot of growing that I would like to do, but I have grown so much in the past few months, and I feel like I have some good tips to give you guys on how to grow your own channels and how to go from maybe growing really slow, or like I was not growing at all, to seeing like pretty steady growth in your channel. So in the month of June, I believe I had 37 subscribers, but by the end of the summer I had well over 2,500, which is absolutely crazy to me that that many people have like pressed the subscribe button. That many people have seen my face just like kind of freaks me out, but it's also really cool. It was either in the month of July or August that I gained over 1,500 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy to me. Believe me, I know how frustrating it is for your channel not to be growing at all, for you to post a video and only get like 10 views on it. I know how frustrating it is, so I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on how to grow your own channel. So if you've seen a lot of these videos, you're probably so tired of hearing this, but I figured I just had to say it. The most important thing to growing your YouTube channel is consistency. You need to be posting consistently for a lot of different reasons. The biggest one, I think, is that you just need to get better at making videos. If you are a newer channel, I would say probably like my first like 20 videos suck. Honestly, all of my videos suck. I'm still I shouldn't say that, but I feel like I'm still learning a lot myself on how to make good videos and how to like be confident on camera, what kind of editing style I like, what kind of video topics I like to make. So you need to be posting consistently so that way you can like practice your craft and get better at making videos. The second reason is that the algorithm really cares about consistency. If you are posting every single week, it's much more likely that your videos are going to get recommended versus if you post like 3 times a week and then not for a month. Having really sporadic uploads just will not help your channel at all. I also think it's really important that if you can, post more than once a week. I forget what YouTuber I was watching that said this, but basically every single video that you post is a chance to blow up. So if you only post once a week, that's 52 chances in a year to blow up, which is still quite a lot. But if you do twice a week, that's 104 chances for your channel to blow up. Now, obviously, I know we're all really busy and we all have like different schedules and maybe you can't post that much. I know when I'm at school, I can honestly barely post once a week. I know when I'm at school, I can really only post once a week. It's all that I have time for. But over the summer, when I really decided to focus on my channel, I was posting twice a week and I definitely saw a huge difference in my growth. So if you can, I would post more than once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe even 3 times a week. It's not easy to be consistent. There's a reason that everybody says this in their videos. It's because it's a lot harder to do than you would think. YouTube takes a lot of work and you have to really prioritize it if you want your channel to grow. And I know it's kind of difficult to prioritize when you're starting from zero. It feels kind of ridiculous when you have maybe just like a handful of subscribers to be like, I'm gonna spend 30 hours this week working on a YouTube video. It can feel kind of silly to do that, but if you want to grow, you really have to prioritize YouTube. It can't be, how can I fit YouTube into my schedule this week? It has to be, how can I fit the rest of my schedule around YouTube? Again, I know that's a lot for when you're just starting out and you don't have that many subscribers. It can feel really silly to be like, you know what? Instead of doing my homework right now, I'm gonna go film a YouTube video. Don't like drop out of school or anything, please. But if you're not really seeing a lot of growth in your channel, try and be more consistent, try and really prioritize YouTube, try and put your focus on making better videos. So another quick thing that I want to talk about before we get into maybe some stuff that that you haven't heard as much about is thumbnails. Thumbnails are extremely important. You could have an amazing video, but if nobody clicks on it, it doesn't matter. I have noticed such a difference in when I really like plan out my thumbnails, and I'll have like a whole ass photo shoot just for thumbnails. I have noticed such a difference in my click-through rate than when I forget to take a thumbnail and I just have to kind of grab like a random screenshot from a video. Those never go as well. So really prioritize your thumbnails. Your thumbnails need to either be kind of like shocking, like have somebody like, like, you know, like making a face. Those are kind of clickbaity. I don't really like to do those. Or they need to be like aesthetically pleasing. That term has become so overused, but it's true. I spend like usually at least a few hours on my thumbnails. I usually make a few different ones. Sometimes I'll even send them to my friends to have them choose which one they think would work the best. So the next thing that I want to talk about in growing your channel is how to boost your engagement. It blows my mind when I go onto small channels and I go and there's like a few comments on their videos and they don't respond to them. First of all, like it's not that hard to respond, or even like at least heart a comment. It's not that hard to respond to them. But another thing is YouTube really pushes out videos that have high engagement. So videos with a lot of comments. So for example, on my room makeover video, which I think has over like 700 comments, half of those comments are from me responding to other people. You should always respond to comments. First of all, to just like be nice and like thank your subscribers. Anytime somebody comments on my videos, I get so excited. But it also boosts your engagement and then YouTube will push out your videos more. Another thing with engagement is you want to make sure your videos are easy for people to watch. And what I mean by this is like planning your video properly, maybe having it split into chapters. Another example with my room video is that in the description, I have it split up into chapters. That way, if people want to skip around to certain parts, they can. I've done that in a few of my videos. I'm doing it in this one. And I know you might be like, but I want the watch time. I want them to watch the whole video. The reality is a lot of times people don't watch the whole video. They either saw something in the thumbnail or the title and they just want that information. And if you make it too difficult for them to find, they're just going to click out of your video. I always try and plan my videos and kind of chunk them into different parts. So like for this video, I literally have it set up into like the different things that I'm talking about. But even if you're doing like a vlog or like a day in my life, something like that, you can be like, okay, this is going to be my morning scene where I wake up, I get out of bed, I get my coffee. It's like a whole montagey thing. Then I'm going to do the intro and I'm going to talk about what I'm doing that day. Then I'm going to do this, this, and this, and then I'm going to do the outro. Whereas if you don't plan your video at all and you're just kind of like jumping from topic to topic, your vlogs don't make any sense, people are going to click out because it's just going to be confusing and not easy for them to watch. Another thing with engagement and getting people to watch your videos is you either want your content to be extremely entertaining or you want it to be valuable to people. That's why if you're a smaller channel, I wouldn't really recommend that you do just like random vlogs. I think you can do like school vlog, productive day in my life. Those kind of things will do well even with the smaller channel. But just like a weekend with my roommates, like that probably wouldn't do that well. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't make videos that maybe won't do as well. I try and do a good mix of both. I make videos that I feel like people are going to like and that are going to draw people to my channel. But every once in a while, I make a video that I just make for me. Like when my friend Brian visited me over the summer for a week, that video didn't get a lot of views. I was not expecting it to, but I wanted to make that video because I wanted to have it for memory's sake. So you can definitely do a good mix of both. So another tip that I have for you guys is to make bingeable content. So a lot of people will tell you to like niche down and you have to have a niche if you want to grow on YouTube. I don't necessarily think that's true, but I do think you maybe need to have like a few sub niches. So like I would say on my channel, I have like fashion videos and I have like school / like productive vlogs and then like whatever else I feel like making. I like can't even remember my own videos. So I actually think my room video is a really good example of why this is important because my room video has over 300,000 views, but I have 2,500 subscribers. And that's not me like shitting on my subscriber count. So many of you subscribed to me from that video and I am so grateful for it. Basically what I'm saying is a lot of people will search up like room makeover and they'll just go through like playlists and like watch whatever like suggested videos. So while room makeovers do very well on YouTube, it's not really like a nicheable topic, if that makes sense. It's not like I can film a bedroom makeover every single week. So people would come to my channel, see that video, watch it, and then just leave my channel because I don't have any other content like that, except next month I'm releasing another bedroom makeover, get ready. If a different video of yours, like say like a productive day in my life like blew up, if you have like a bunch of productive day in your life videos, or like even just a bunch of like school vlogs, stuff like that, all stuff that's kind of similar, people will then go watch all those videos. So as I said, I don't think you need to niche down, but I think it's important to have at least a few common topics on your channel. If you're just making kind of random videos every single week, people aren't going to subscribe because they don't know what they're subscribing to. Obviously it takes time to build up that amount of videos on your channel, but that is, like I said earlier, why I think you should be posting more than once a week if you can. So all of that stuff is great, and it's probably all advice that you've heard before, but you might still be like, okay, how do I get people to find my channel? How do I get on the recommended page? Yes, it's important to have good thumbnails, but how are people even going to see them if I've never recommended to people? And that is where I want to talk about TubeBuddy. So if you haven't heard of TubeBuddy, they're basically a tool that allows you to plan your video tags and also to see where you would rank in search. This is like not sponsored or anything. I use the paid version, or one of the paid versions of TubeBuddy. I believe I use TubeBuddy Pro. So basically what I use this tool for is to get my videos to rank in search. So basically there's a lot of different ways that you could title a video. You could title a video like Day in My Life in College, Day in My Life in Online College, Day in My Life in Online College 2020, but you're probably going to rank differently in search depending on which title you choose. So certain titles are really competitive. Like if you just put like what's on my iPhone and nothing else, you are probably not going to rank well for that, especially if you're a small channel. So basically what TubeBuddy does is they allow you to see where you would rank in search. So you can look at the weighted and the unweighted. I would only look at the weighted because that's like based on your channel and your specific channel metrics, and you can see where you can rank in search. So when I'm planning my videos, I will mess around with a bunch of different titles until I find one with the highest ranking. So a lot of my videos, most of my traffic is actually being driven from YouTube search because I use TubeBuddy to plan out my videos, because it's very hard to get on the recommended page. I mean, everybody's recommended page is different, but it's very hard to get on people's recommended pages when you are a small channel. This is also why I would recommend that you do searchable content. So like I said, instead of doing like random like weekend with the roommates, you can make like a how I study video, how I got into this school. Why am I only thinking of school topics? Bedroom makeover, what's on my iPhone, morning routine, stuff like that, stuff that people are searching for, because if you're making videos that are extremely unique, unfortunately people aren't really searching for those topics. So unless you're already a big channel, no one's going to watch your video. Another thing I use TubeBuddy for is tags. Whenever I post a video, I just use their tag feature to figure out what tags I have the best keyword score for, because again, you don't want to be targeting tags that you're just not going to rank very well in. So I believe TubeBuddy is cheaper when you are under 1,000 subscribers. Unfortunately for me, I was only under 1,000 subscribers for a month while using TubeBuddy, and then because of TubeBuddy, well, not just because of TubeBuddy, but I think TubeBuddy played a huge role in my channel growing because I saw such a difference in the amount of views that I was getting on my videos, and I could go into my analytics and see that most of my traffic was being driven from YouTube search, which tells me that TubeBuddy has been working for me. So now that I'm over 1,000 subscribers, I have to pay slightly more, but it's honestly more than paid for itself because it's just helped me so much in planning my videos and figuring out what tags I should be targeting. So I would highly recommend that if you are serious about YouTube, you should consider a TubeBuddy subscription, because if you are growing slowly, it can help you kind of get the extra push that you need. Now, obviously your content still has to be good. You know, TubeBuddy can help you rank and search, but if nobody's clicking on your videos, if people aren't staying through the whole thing, then it doesn't really matter. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. There's so much more that I could talk about with YouTube growth and starting a YouTube channel. This video is more targeted for people who already had a channel, but if you guys want me to do a video all about starting a channel, I would be happy to do that. Just make sure to let me know down below in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. I post every single Thursday. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!